terrible things happen. A pair of ghost hands suddenly hugged him from behind. In the process of struggling, a hand also appeared. When the two people outside heard a cry for help, they quickly opened the door. However, the elevator is out of control, began to fall rapidly. The moment before the girl lost consciousness, through the mask, the girl seemed to have seen a very ugly bull-headed monster. Then there was a loud bang. The two companions hurried downstairs to check, but the girl disappears. Only a bull mask was left behind. Soon, the video went online. After seeing it, Dagan quickly shared it with Niu Shou. Strangely enough, the girl who disappeared in the photo looks exactly like Shou. As an only child, Xiaomei found it hard to believe that anyone resembled her. She suddenly remembered the paranormal events that had happened in the past few days. For example, the inexplicable scratches on the wrist. Just when she was confused, a girl's cries suddenly came from the room. Looking in the mirror, I have long found a person with his back to himself. When he is at a loss, the other party held his head. In the darkness, a bull's head slowly lifted up. Xiaomei screamed and ran away. Looking back, there was nothing in the room. He realized that it was all about the missing girl. The father was afraid that his daughter would be taken by the villagers to offer to the gods, so take Xiaomei to live in the city. That very night, Xiaomei lives in her sister's room. When he remembered the whereabouts of his sister, he suddenly felt something behind him. A thing wearing a bull mask would cry from time to time. Xiaomei thought it was her sister, so he bravely took off the mask on his head. However, the other party was not his sister, but a strange woman. Xiaomei asked him his identity. At the moment, when the two eyes met, Xiaomei saw the woman's past. A pair of twin sisters sent their sister to the gods tonight. Because, it's fun, he took off his sister's bull mask, put the mask on your head. As a result, he was taken away as a sacrifice by the villagers' cultural relics, thrown into a gloomy and terrifying cave. Xiaomei told her parents everything she had seen. It turns out that the girl who died decades ago was Grandma's twin sister Plum Blossom. Plum Blossoms haunt Xiaomei for revenge. The next day, the driver contacted them, said he had found some clues. But when he got into the elevator, the driver noticed that he was wearing a bull mask on his head. He wanted to pull him down like crazy. Big Brother stepped forward to check, but he was frightened by the sudden appearance of the bull mask. Also gave the driver a kick. Suddenly, countless hands reached out to the elevator ceiling, with the cries of the baby. The elevator suddenly fell. Life is different. As the elevator crashes, Dagan is unwilling to continue the investigation. He said goodbye to everyone, driving home alone to find my mother. But now, it's too late. When he woke up, he was horrified to find himself wearing a terrifying bull's head mask. What's even more terrifying is that all the passengers in the car have become twins staring at them. When Xiaomei arrived at the hospital, the adult was already dead. He was holding a statue of a bull's head in his hand. And this statue should have been in the hands of Grandma. Xiaomei found her grandmother with the statue. Under the words of my grandmother, a secret past has finally been revealed. And then one night, Grandma wants to pay homage to her sister's plum blossoms, but unexpectedly found that the plum blossom did not die. He survived by eating the bodies of previously deceased children. After saying that, Grandma suddenly grabbed the landlord pressed it against the statue. Too much power. Xiaomei couldn't break free at all. Taiju also stepped forward to help. But no matter how you pull it, you can't pull it. Grandma suddenly sat up. Then a mysterious force rushed them out. When they woke up, they've appeared in the cave. In the dark environment, the stench was pungent. Then the missing body was found. He also found his sister, who was not humanoid. Just when they don't know what to do, there was a noise above his head. Several villagers came to patrol. I accidentally dropped the oil lamp into the cave. The fire spread in an instant. The plum blossoms let out a shrill scream. The villagers climbed the ladder down to check the results, and when they were halfway there, they were terrified by the fearsome appearance of the plum blossom. They recognized the plum blossom, but no one wants to admit it. Seeing the plum blossom about to climb up, they chose to bury this ugly history completely. As the stick kept falling, the plum blossoms gradually disappeared. The villagers fled in fear. It took the strength of 9 oxen and 2 tigers to escape. Finally, the 2 sisters were but in this warm moment, Plum Blossoms crawled out. He grabbed his sister by the leg. He fainted on the spot. Tiju immediately stepped forward to help and locked the Plum Blossom back into the terrifying cellar. After they left, countless ghost hands stretched out from the cave, desperately trying to get out. The 3 of them were so scared that they ran away quickly. Halfway through the run, he fell to the ground due to lack of physical strength. Ahead is a cliff. And this is when something weird happens. My sister suddenly went crazy. He looked up at the sky. He kept screaming. At the same time, his daughter's face appeared on his lap. And then it runs through the arm. It was as if he wanted to get out of his body. The flower face turns. My sister turned into a plum blossom. He was limping along. He walked towards the two of them step by step. Under the cries of Xiaomei, my sister seemed to have regained some consciousness. He told the two to run away quickly. Just then, the scene of the fall appeared. Xiaomei directly went forward to hug her sister. Then we fell off the cliff together. She didn't want to leave her sister. Taiju jumped down without hesitation. 3 people fall in love together. 3 people fell at the same time 1 second before 0.001. Back in the elevator of the hotel, Xiaomei also returned to normal. The bull statue lay quietly on the side. At the end of the story, Xiaomei put the bullhead statue back in its original place. It seems like it's all over. But when the mother and daughter left, the bull's head fell off again. Turning around, Xiaomei turned into a plum blossom again. Well, that's the end of today's story. Thank you for your likes and attention. See you next time.
You've just stepped into the shadows and survived. If you crave more chills, subscribe and return to the Midnight Crypt. But remember, what lingers in the dark may follow you back. Not every door you open here is meant to be closed again.